You are looking at your calendar, and half of it is not really yours. The lash fill, the root touch-up, the nails, the facial you rebooked before you left the last one. And a little voice tells you these are not luxuries. These are just the basics. This is just maintenance. So when money gets tight and you scan that calendar for something to cut, your eyes slide right past all of it. You will cancel dinner with a friend before you cancel the fill. Because cutting the fill does not feel like saving $40. It feels like letting yourself go. That feeling is the whole video, because that is not a vanity problem, and it is not a discipline problem. It is a very specific loop, one the entire beauty industry is built to keep you inside. And it has a name. Today I'm going to call it the pretty tax. So let me do what we always do here. Let me name the loop, then let me price it. Because once you can see the machine, you stop blaming yourself for being stuck in it. Here is the first thing you need to hear. Before we touch a single number, you are not shallow, and you are not bad with money. Let me give you the fact that reframes this entire thing. Economists have studied what they call the beauty premium, the extra money more attractive people earn at work. It is real and it is big, somewhere around 20%. But then two researchers, Wong and Penner, split that premium apart, and they found something wild. For women, being born attractive explained almost none of the raise. Grooming did. The effort, the upkeep, the put-togetherness you can buy. For men, grooming explained about half. For women, it explained basically all of it. Sit with that. The reward you are chasing, the version of you that gets taken more seriously, is not a face. It is maintenance. It is the standing appointment, which means the standard was quietly designed so that you can never finish paying for it. You do not buy beauty once. You rent it forever, and the rent is due every 3 weeks. And the standard itself did not come from nowhere. It ratcheted up around you. In one study, just priming women to think about scrolling a video feed measurably raised their body envy with a large effect in minutes, not hours. Minutes of scrolling and the feeling that you need to fix something goes up. Your standard is not your taste. It is the algorithms, installed one post at a time. So no, you are not weak. You are standing at the exact spot the whole system was designed to hold you. Now let me show you the traps one at a time. Trap 1, the maintenance calendar. This is the engine. Roots every 4 to 6 weeks. Lash fills every 2 to 3. Nails every couple of weeks. A facial a month. Each one feels small and separate, so you never add them into one number. But they are not separate. They are a subscription you never consciously signed up for. One that quietly runs your entire month and your entire budget. Trap 2. It is cheaper than the salon hoard. You decide to save money, so you buy the gel kit, the lamp, the good serum, the tools, so you can do it at home. And you do save on that one thing. But now you own a shelf of products, and the standard just moved. Doing it yourself did not lower the bar. It gave you a more expensive bar to clear at home. Trap 3, the upgrade that only goes one way. You start with a regular manicure, then builder gel because it lasts longer, then extensions. You start with a drugstore serum, then the medical grade one, then someone suggests a little preventative Botox in your 20s, before there is anything to prevent. Every rung costs more, and this is the trap. Every rung raises how often you have to come back. You can move up the ladder. You can almost never quietly move back down, because going back looks like losing the result. Trap 4. The spend you cannot see. This is the quietest one. Your beauty spending is never one line in your budget. It is a facial here, 3 products there, a fill, a tip, a subscription box, a checkout you barely registered. 10 small charges never feel like one big number, so the total never lands. Ask most people what they spend a month on their appearance and they will guess low, badly, because they have literally never added it up. Trap 5. the self-care rebrand. This is the one wearing the nicest outfit. The moment you call the spending self-care, you switch off the little flicker of doubt you are supposed to feel before you buy. Doubt is friction. Friction is your break. So the industry rebranded an obligation as a treat because you argue with an expense, but you do not argue with taking care of yourself. You just tap. Trap 6. Split it into 4. Buy now, pay later did not appear at beauty checkouts by accident. Fashion and beauty were the original core of that whole industry. The 4 little payments do one job. They hide the total, so the $90 serum feels like 22-something 4 times, which your brain rounds down to almost nothing. The payment plan is not a kindness. It is the reason the cart got bigger. Trap 7. The panic top-up. There is an event, a wedding, a date, a reunion, a photo you know is coming. And suddenly the regular maintenance is not enough. So you book the extra thing, the last-minute thing, at the least negotiable price, in the least rational moment. The event spike is where the treadmill sprints and you pay premium for it every single time. Now here is the part that is not a trap list. This is the part that actually matters. The whole thing is sold to you as security. If you keep it all up, you will feel put together, confident, safe, ready to be seen. But watch what it actually does. 2 things are true at once, and they are quietly brutal together. The first is the treadmill. Psychologists have a name for it, the hedonic treadmill. Whatever you get used to stops feeling special and becomes the new baseline. So the lashes that felt like a treat become the bare minimum. The result you paid for stops giving you the lift, and you need the next thing at more money just to feel normal. You are not spending more to feel better. You are spending more to feel the same. And the second thing is the one nobody sells you. Being more attractive barely moves how happy you actually are. When researchers measure it, objective good looks correlate with well-being at almost nothing. So the upkeep that promised to make you feel secure delivers a feeling that fades on a timer, chasing a payoff that the research says was never really there. Meanwhile, the money that could have actually made you secure, the money that compounds, the money that buys you the ability to walk away from a bad job or a bad month, that money went into a loop that resets every 3 weeks. That is the cruel part. The spending you defend the hardest, the one that feels like the last thing keeping you together, might be the exact thing keeping you from the security that would actually let you relax. So what do? You do not shave your head and throw out your skincare and call it freedom. That is not the fix, and it would just be the treadmill running the other direction. The fix is quieter, and it starts with making the invisible thing visible. Step 1. Name the line. Make one category in your budget called appearance and put everything in it. Products, salon, nails, lashes, the subscription, the little checkout you forget. One number in one place. That is it. Most of the power here is just refusing to let the spending stay scattered, because scattered is how it hides. Step 2. Pay yourself first before any of it. Move your savings the moment your paycheck lands, automatically, before you get to spend a cent. You cannot treadmill money that is already gone. When the savings comes out first, the money left is the honest number, and beauty spends from what is actually there, not from the top of the whole check. Step 3, and this is the real one, build a maintenance floor. Do not quit everything, because quitting everything triggers exactly the loss feeling that makes you crawl right back. Instead, pick the 1 or 2 things that genuinely feel like you and keep those at full quality. Then everything else you downgrade or you stretch. Push the fill from 2 weeks to 3. Push the roots to 8 weeks. Drop one service a tier. You are not going without. You are choosing your 1 or 2, on purpose instead of paying for all of it on autopilot. Step 4. Put a waiting period on upgrades. Anytime someone offers you the next rung, the extensions, the injectable, the standing add-on, wait 72 hours before you say yes. Not because the thing is bad, but because an upgrade is not a one-time purchase. It is a permanent raise in price and frequency, and a decision that big should not be made in a chair while someone is looking at your face. Step 5. Curate the feed that sets the standard. The comparison is the fuel. It is the measured cause, not a vibe. So mute the accounts that make you feel like you are falling behind. You are not weak for feeling behind when you follow 200 people whose entire job is to look maintained. Turn down the volume on the machine that keeps raising the bar. And if a part of you is panicking right now, certain that if you spend less, you will fall apart. Here is the proof you will not. Plenty of women have taken a $300 a month beauty budget down to almost nothing and discovered the catastrophe never came. Nobody treated them differently. The world did not end. The only thing that changed was the number in their savings account started going up. Let me show you what that number can be. Take $200 a month, a modest beauty budget for a lot of people, and instead of the treadmill, you invest it. At a normal long-term return, that is roughly $34,000 in 10 years, around $100,000 in 20. That is not a lecture about lattes. That is just what the treadmill was quietly costing you in the currency that actually buys freedom. So let me ask you the honest question. Which line is really yours? Is it the lashes, the nails? The one you already know you would defend the hardest if someone asked you to cut it. Be specific, because the appointment you protect the most fiercely is usually the one the pretty tax is charging you the most for. And here's the reframe I want you to leave with. Choosing to spend less on your face is not letting yourself go. Done on purpose, with your 1 or 2 kept and the rest let go, it is the opposite. It is you deciding what you actually want to pay for, instead of renting a standard someone else set on a bill that never stops. You were never bad with money, and you were never too much. You were just handed a standard that was designed so you could never finish paying it off. Now you get to decide what stays. If this hit a little too close, send it to the friend you book your appointments with, and tell me which line is yours.